This is not how to grip. This is not where to grip. This is when to go up and down the shaft. Now, all the top pros are making their driver shaft shorter, yet 95+% of club golfers are trying to make it longer. Why? You know what, this sounds crazy. This whole video comes from one of my students, James, and I need to read you his text message here. Whenever I need to hit a fairway, I'm doing this. With all my irons, I'm never doing anything different. And my response to him was, hell yeah, that's what I want to hear. Now, I want to explain one thing, right? You know when you hit that shot sometimes and you feel like you put literally nothing into it, yet it goes like a rocket 10 yards further? This video really explains this. So the first grip placement, we're talking about our scoring irons. So I'd probably include maybe even a hybrid in here. If you have a 6 hybrid, 7 iron, 8 iron, 9 iron, wedge, first placement, I want you to go at least 3 fingers down, okay? So you measure that. Usually everyone's around here. We really need to go at least 3 fingers down. And it takes like 5 seconds, if that. 2 seconds, 1 second, whatever. It's very quick to get this placement. Why did James say he's never doing anything different with his irons? Well, the first point, again, with 3 fingers down, is that you think about it. When you're stood closer to something, you're way more accurate. The analogy that I would say is, right, if I was trying to throw an apple into a bin from me to you from here, compared to here, that was me trying to run quickly, I'm a lot more accurate at the first point than I am right here. So shortening that lever makes you a lot more accurate, makes you a lot more precise. That's the first reason why James said he's only ever going to do this with his irons, okay? The next point is, because you are shortening it, it forces you to be a little more over the golf ball, a little more over and in posture. Now, when we're in this space right here, you access more of the bigger muscles in your body because we are more over it. Now, one of the common things that I see wrong with golfers is arms flailing all over the place in the backswing. So the third point here being, and this is just with irons, we will talk with driver, is backswing tends to be more compact, more over this golf ball, and I really enjoy that. I really look at it and go, you know what, that looks like a good swing. But for me, this is the biggest point. Shortening that lever makes it so much easier to control that club face. And the effects with driver are crazy. Think about it, right? The shorter the shaft, the easier it is to control. So the more likely we're going to create a favourable position at impact. So what I'm saying here is it really starts to explain, if I hit this one now, why those softer swings, wow, that's just gone, tend to fly so much further because we create a more precise impact, we create a more close-knit impact between face and path, and a more centered hit because we shorten the length of that shaft. So you think all we're looking at here is we're increasing the quality of what you're putting into it. I know some of you will be thinking, well, Alex, you're shortening the shaft immensely. Well, yeah, we are. But with that, we're increasing quality of strike and then therefore increasing ball speed. That's why you don't feel the hit, and that's why it just flies like you're like, oh my God, that was good. So I mentioned clubs before. I've got 7 iron here, but I do this with 8 iron, I do this with 9 iron. I just go in, 3 finger check, get more over that golf ball, just hit it away. Oh, how good was that? So, when to do this with driver. I call it, well, there's 3 scenarios in my mind. First one is coming down the last with a good score in our hand. And funnily enough, we're on the 18th right now. You get a little bit nervous, that's completely fine. This will give you the confidence. The second one, which we all get, first tee nerves. Make sure you do this then, and that's what James was saying. He was like, these are the scenarios where I always need to hit the fairway. That's why I'm gonna use it then, which I want to try and encourage you to. And the final one, let's carry on walking actually. If you're looking at any of these tee shots at your golf course and going, wow, this is tight, I'm a bit nervous, you call it the 70% rule. If you feel you're not going to hit that fairway or hit a good shot 70% of the time, this is how you have to grip. So you get all the benefits of being a little more precise, being more over the golf ball, using those bigger muscles, being more compact. All the same as what we had with an iron, but this is the biggest. So the placement now, oh no, mud in the winter on the glove. I want you to go, not the 3, and this is how one of the points is different. I want you to go 2, okay? 2. So before, again, I reiterate this, most of us will be up here. Could be re-gripping, losing control. So let's go 2, okay? 2 down, quick checks. Now the reason why I think about this is, and I mentioned it at the start of the video, most tour pros now have a driver shaft around 43.5 inches, maybe even 43 inches. Most of us are sold 44.5, okay? Now the reason why we get sold that is because it's longer. They get sold the dream of you're gonna have more club head speed. But what they don't tell you is the fact that actually the longer this is, the harder it is to find this middle. And I often find, right, a shorter grip, shorter shaft, we're more precise, we square the face easier, we find the fastest part of the club, and then therefore we actually compute to making more ball speed. Not just because it's long, I got potential. Potential's great if it works, but I don't like the word potential. I want some more guarantees. Everything's not guaranteed, but as more guaranteed as we can. So 2 with driver makes me more compact. I'm gonna hit 1 with this, and then I'm gonna go up the grip. And very often I find there's no difference in distance, but there is differences in boof. Go so much straighter with driver, so much straighter. 2, quick check, here we go. Look at that. Draw onto left half of the fairway. I need to see these numbers. God, that was a good drive. That was so out the middle. Look at this. Ball speed 157.2 total. And I mean, the mark on the driver talks for itself, doesn't it? Right out the middle, consistently. Right, let me now just hit 1 very, very quickly. And I want you to do this, because it's crazy how when I'm stood over that now, gripping 2 fingers down, I feel like I am so much more in that shot, so much more control. Just that 2-finger difference makes you feel crazy far away. And I know that will feel a little more intimidating. Oh, I mean, that's a prime example. That's why I never do it. That's up the right. Might just catch a piece of the fairway. A little bit shorter, 268. Can you see my point of this video? I felt totally different over that drive. So much less confident over what I was about to do. Just with that difference there, from there to there with our driver, and all the way to 3 fingers with our scoring irons. I know it'll make a huge difference in your scores. Thanks for watching.